Made by the Braddock District on July 13, 2010, as the organization making a great difference in the community. Then, on March 8, 2011, a prestigious national award was received by the Burke West Springfield Senior Center Without Walls from the Environmental Protection Agency. The 2010 Smart Growth Active Aging Commitment Award was presented to the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors by Kathy Sykes of EPA, who lauded the important contributions of the Senior Center Without Walls. Another exciting award was given to us by the Molina Healthcare, which recognized me as a community champion on May 18, 2011. That award came with a $1,000 grant that I donated to the Burke West Springfield Senior Center Without Walls. It is a great honor to be recognized by the Molina Healthcare that has played an important role in strengthening healthcare provision for the less fortunate in our community. Dr. Jean Glosser of Molina Healthcare very kindly shared with me stories of their remarkable work in Fairfax County.
To run the Fairfax County Community Healthcare Network Clinics in July of 2008. The network is made up of 3 clinics: the Reston Clinic, which we call the North County Clinic, the Bailey's Clinic, which is here in Falls Church, and the South County Clinic, which is in Alexandria on Route 1. Those 3 clinics together will provide over 20,000, will serve over 20,000 patients this year, creating about 52,000 patient visits. The patients come here for their primary care, mostly preventative health care. We also have specialty care and other ancillary services. So here at the Bailey's Clinic, we have 3 physicians. They're internists in family practice. And this is Dr. Balcha. He's internal medicine. He's been with us the longest. He's also worked at the North County and South County Clinic, so he's an expert in the community healthcare network. Karush is our pharmacy director. Each of our clinics has a fully licensed and stocked pharmacy filled with both generic and brand medications. Our goal is to be able to fill the patient's medications before they leave the clinic every day, and Karush is in charge of that. Community Healthcare Network relies heavily on our network of volunteers, and Dr. Noel's been with us for about a year. He's an internist, and he came to us after he retired from his private practice, and he's here every Thursday, and we certainly appreciate all the work that our volunteers do. So each of our clinics in the Community Healthcare Network has a fully licensed and stocked pharmacy. You'll see we have a broad assortment of both generic and brand medications. Our goal is to fill the patient's prescription before they leave today. We know a lot of our patients have challenges of getting to the store, if they have to go to Target or Rite Aid or wherever. So we do the best we can to fill it here so that they see the doctor and get their prescription on the same day. Each of the clinics also has a lab, and our goal is to draw all of the specimens here. We don't send our patients anywhere else. We collect it here. We do run some of the labs here, like a urine test and a couple of blood tests. A strep swab, a pregnancy test, but the rest of the tests will go off to LabCorp, and the results come up very quickly, so we can get the results back to the patient a lot of times while they're still here. So this is the radiology department. The clinics have a radiology table, so we can do plain films of bones and chest x-ray, abdominal films, and again we're able to look at the films right here, and then they're sent out to be read by a radiologist. But if the patient has a pneumonia, we're able to give the feedback to the patients right away. Okay, so this is the office for our nutritionist and our diabetic nurse. She goes around to all 3 sites. She has a large assortment of rubber food. Got to be careful in case you get hungry, you don't take a bite. But she talks quite a bit with patients about making good choices and staying within the right portion size. So this is our mental health room. Each of the clinics has a dedicated mental health space. We were seeing enough behavioral health cases that we almost have our own mental health department, and we decided that each clinic would have a dedicated room for that that's a little bit less clinical, without an exam table and a sink. In this way, we hope the patients are more comfortable to sit and talk. We have 2 mental health therapists that go around to all 3 sites. see our patients. We also have a psychiatrist that's on loan to us from the Community Services Board, and he comes to each clinic about once a week now, so that we can try to keep as much of their patients' behavioral health care in the same center where they get their medical care.
And did you say that there has been an increase in cases of mental health issues because of the recent recession?
Sure. We've seen a lot more than we used to, and I think now we're also better able to handle it here as we've increased our mental health program, and we've done even more work on integrating primary care and mental health care. Okay, this is Stephen. He's on the phone. I'm going to introduce him in a second. Wait, Stephen. He's from the Molina IT department because this week we're starting our first phase of implementing electronic medical records. So Corey, next time you come back and do a segment with us, all those charts in the room will all be gone. We'll be completely up on our electronic medical records. And Steve's proud of is over the last few years we've really made a effort and made more dedicated time to integrating primary care and mental health. We feel it's really important, and it's also been proven to be effective, that it really works better for patients when they can receive their mental health care in their primary care home, and they can receive their medical care in their mental health home if that's what they have. So that we take care of the whole patient in one place. We're not taking them, we're not sending them to one place to have their head taken care of and another place to have their body taken care of. So we feel that it's important that if we can get these high-risk patients in, we should take care of everything in the same place. So over the past year or more now, we've added more of our own mental health staff, that's CHCN Molina staff, mental health staff, and then we have a psychiatrist that's on loan from us from the Community Services Board, and he's been coming more and more as we really develop this primary care and mental health integration. And then once a month, one of our providers here, one of our medical staff, either a physician or a nurse practitioner, makes a site visit to either the Woodburn or the Gartland Mental Health Center. And we see patients for their first medical visit there, and then we do everything we can then to bring those patients over here for their ongoing care. So that's a program I think that we've done really well with, and it seems to be where primary care is going, where you're just trying to take care of the whole patient in one place.
And you were going to speak about experiences that you've had here in the Bailey's Healthcare Center.
Right. We actually have estimated that roughly 50% of the visits to the primary healthcare center, to Bailey's Healthcare Center, have a mental health component of some sort. What we know is that people with serious mental illness die on average about 25 years earlier than people without serious mental illness. And that's also another reason why we have made it a real focus of our program to integrate primary health care and mental health or behavioral health care. One example is for the Community Healthcare Network, we're a very busy clinic, and that can feel very daunting for people who have anxiety around crowds, for instance. So we've had situations where one patient who had started out at the Woodburn Mental Health System and then was seen by Dr. Glossa at the Woodburn Health Center, had his first appointment here at Bailey's, and he called from his car, and Dr. Glossa actually met him and walked him into the center. He was very concerned, very nervous, and he needed to have a blood test. He needed to have some blood work done, and again, that created a great deal of anxiety. So Dr. Glossa actually walked with him to the lab, explained to him he did not have to have blood work that day, and showed them the needles, showed them the process, and worked through kind of introducing this gentleman to a primary health care center. And the gentleman became much more comfortable with the situation.
And he's now a regular patient, comes on a regular basis.
Many thanks again to Dr. Glossa of Molina Healthcare for sharing the remarkable contributions of Molina Healthcare and for the support for the Burke West Springfield Senior Center Without Walls. Let me again invite all of you to join us at our cookout and open house at the Penn Center on Saturday, September 17, 2011. Let me repeat that date. Saturday, September 17, 2011, from 12 noon to 5 p.m. That cookout will feature free food as well as demonstration of programs including square dancing and line dancing. We will also introduce new free programs of the Senior Center Without Walls, in particular our book and genealogy clubs. Our book club, entitled Eclectic Readers of the Center Without Walls, will be held monthly at the Burke Center Library. It will be led by Nina Marie Maragioglio and my husband, Mike Foley. We will begin with a discussion of the book by Jack Weatherford on Genghis Khan and the Making of the Modern World on Tuesday, September 27, 2011. We will also kick off our genealogy club with a class on basic genealogy that will be taught by Dr. Sharon McInnes of the Fairfax Genealogical Society. We look forward to a lot of fun and friendship while fostering physical fitness, friendship, and stronger community in the Senior Center Without Walls. Thank you all very much for joining us in my television series, Fairfax County Stories, by Lady Fairfax 2009, Filipino-American Corazon Sandoval Foley.